routines are something that are important to establish, like a daily routine of training. Part of training for me is doing push-ups. I do those daily, 5 of 5, and that's part of my workout routine that helps keep me strong out here off grid. Here. So another part of my daily routine, I get up, I do some presses, also check on the chickens, take a shower, drink some coffee, do some writing. All right here in the confines of our space. Helps keep me strong off grid. So I'm going to talk a little bit to you today about establishing routines, how to establish routines. So watch the video, enjoy, and talk to you later. Hey, it's Nikki from Two Tribes Primal Living, and today I wanted to talk to you about consistency and planning. I do want to apologize if the wind picks up and you have a hard time hearing my voice, but you know, one of the things that we found out, and Albert kind of touched on it yesterday in our video, and then it was really reflected back to us last night. We were talking, it was pretty late, we were talking, watching the other video, and in his workout video, he was talking about working out here and getting strong, and it made me think, you know, we talked about my clients, and you know how they're consistent, how that's what I preach to them is consistency, and that's because we're consistent out here. You know, consistency and planning, they go hand in hand. They are not necessarily synonymous. You can be consistent and not plan, but having a plan helps you be more consistent, if that makes sense. There's not an inverse relationship between the two. So what I wanted to kind of share with you guys today, well, let me backtrack a little. I am a Strong First kettlebell instructor, SFG1. I am a CrossFit Level 1 trainer, currently inactive. I have a Master's Health and Wellness certification, coaching certification. I have nutrition certification, personal training certification, group fitness certification, core conditioning, core meaning everything that's on the torso is basically what I call it, certification. And I have 2 black belts, one in Taekwondo, one in American Karate, and you know, I've spent some time in the ring. I've overcome many injuries. I have a master's degree, I have an MBA, and I have several what I'm going to call secondary and tertiary certifications, or even CEUs and things like yoga, elder fitness, all kinds of unique and educational studies, courses of studies that help me with my training as I've done this. I've been training for about 20 years, or coaching for about 20 years, in different modalities. So I don't just come from, I'm not a 23-year-old who's only been training in one modality. Not that I've taken the buffet approach, but I get to see things from this broad, very broad spectrum.
I'm also a competitive athlete. I am a current competitive athlete. I'm not a retired competitive athlete. I didn't compete in high school. I didn't compete in college. I started my fitness journey and competition level in my 40s. So, that kind of debunks that whole, well, back when I was young kind of thing. I've suffered back injury. I still suffer from a current back injury that's chronic and long going. Um, Most recently exacerbated by doing a lot of kettlebell swings consecutively. So it's kind of like the hair of the dog that bit me. And went into powerlifting and did my first powerlifting meet just a couple of months ago and did very well. But with that being said, that powerlifting helped heal my back. Now I'm interested in throwing or the Highland Games, even at 50. Yeah, Albert talked in the other video, he's 48. I'm 50, so I'm a little older than him. Doesn't mean I'm a lot wiser or anything. It just means that, as a female, our bodies change very differently and very quickly compared to men. Not that men don't change. It's just that a female's body goes through some transformations around that half a century mark. My body still hasn't gone through that, although I probably would call myself perimenopause, but I'm not there yet. So all of those things collectively, knee injury, broken ankle, broken ribs, broken neck. I suffer from chronic migraines. I suffer from sciatica. I say all these things because most of you don't understand that I have all these underlying issues that have come from a pattern of fitness for, I'll say, 35 years, just to be on the safe side. But we play as kids, we fall down, we hurt things. I don't think I ever broke a bone as a child. I don't recall casts or anything. I did fall and hit my head a few times. Lots of stitches, my mom can attest to that. But all of that being said, throughout my life, without even knowing it, I've stayed consistent. I've stayed consistent in fitness throughout my life. From the time I enlisted in the United States Air Force, of course, fitness is part of that initial trip. Kind of let myself go a little bit because I was young. I guess it's the equivalent of the freshman 15 or whatever they call it in college. But a little too much beer, a little too much good food in Germany. I say I let myself go. I didn't gain a huge amount of weight, but I am genetically built differently than most, and so not that I'm not genetically gifted. I am a physically strong, physically capable specimen, and I believe in muscle mass, so I believe in adding that to this frame, which tends to give me the look of, I usually get hey, you're pretty strong, you look strong, you look fit. And I know I do. That's not an arrogant statement. I feel fit, I feel confident, but all of that comes from consistency throughout my life. And part of consistency is always having a plan. That doesn't mean I have to be on a program. I know a lot of my own clients, we are on individual programs, but they're really not rigid programs. They're programs that are developed around their needs for the week. Maybe they have low energy, maybe they're coming off the flu, maybe they're going through the first trimester of pregnancy, maybe they twisted an ankle and so they're trying to get back. What I do see is a lot of women and men, but I basically speak from women, is they'll give up on whatever task or whatever project or whatever program they put themselves into prematurely. They don't realize that program is designed for them for the long haul, the long term, the lifestyle. A lot of people are here for a good time, not for a long time, and that's evident. I got in a discussion with someone yesterday over alcohol. He, without accusing me of, I really don't know what he was accusing me of, but I do not drink anymore, and I feel so much better not drinking. I feel fresh. I feel vibrant. I'm not tired. I have 8 hours of sleep. I wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock every morning, and I'm not tired. I get up, I have my coffee, and then I'll get to that as part of the plan. But that being said, I go through this whole routine of consistency. And that consistency, whenever things get a little kooky around the world, a little kooky around the house, a little kooky, you lose your job, if you could fall back on that consistency, whether it's working out, whether it's your morning ritual, whether it's getting out and walking every day, whatever that is, to make you feel better, it's extremely important. Out here, off grid, we don't have access, and even in the nearby town, we do not have access to a gym. We don't have access to a CrossFit facility or a Strong First facility, and I'm not driving to go and meet a fellow instructor. It makes no sense. I look at our coaches and our programs and our instructors, and when we get our certifications, like I got to basically meet a woman that empowered me, Karen Smith, and she's the one who really, she had no idea she inspired me, but just as somebody who was observing her from a distance, reading articles and a publication about her and her kettlebell, and I thought, wow, that is a powerful tool. And to this day, she inspires me. She's a woman that she's not in her 20s, and she is beautiful, she is strong, she's a petite woman, and can outlift most men. And I love that about the petite women, because they exude a different kind of strength, a different kind of power that comes with being petite. And petite meaning a small frame. Some of them have a more challenging time putting on muscle mass. Some of them have a more challenging time. Some of them, if they gain weight, they call themselves Oompa Loompas. If I gain weight, I don't look like an Oompa Loompa. I don't look round, or I look big. I look corn-fed. So, everybody has a different body shape, a body frame. But anyway, back to consistency. Reading that, it inspired me to add to my training regimen kettlebells. And through a long haul of years, maybe a decade, kettlebell has come into play for me and become, I don't like labels. I am now a quote-unquote sister of strength. But I use kettlebell, and I love the kettlebell. I use a competition bell. That's my favorite. Lots will disagree with me, but this is from a feminine perspective too. So the guys can go be strong and grunt and do what they do. This is my perspective of kettlebell training, but that has stayed consistent. Again, swings are what the most recent injury. Back, I was healing from an injury, and I started feeling good, and I got back into kettlebell swinging, doing every other day, maybe 300 swings a day, working on a goal. The goal after 90 days was about 1,500 swings a week, to get quote-unquote shredded. And I know better. Every major injury I've had has been because of fitness. That's absolute. Fitness or recreation. I've hurt myself every sport I've competed in. That's just reality. But staying consistent, I've never let that get in the way. So having a plan of action for you, like for me out here on off grid, I have a routine. And this is really about routines. Consistency and planning equals routine. I wake up every morning. I make my coffee press full of coffee. I sit back in bed. I meditate. I write. I read. I screw around on Facebook. I mean, it just depends on how I'm feeling that morning. If I'm really fatigued, I might sit there and do a little meditation. I might use some essential oils to perk me up. But that time may go till 8:30. So 3.5 hours. I write in my journal. I do a lot of things. That's my time. Albert's still asleep at that time. I'll get up and every other day, 3 days a week, every other day, I get out of bed and I grab those weights. And I have a dusty floor. Sometimes I put down my yoga mat, sometimes I don't. I'm always still in my jammies. And I do something for me, for my body, for my strength. I don't do something because somebody else looks a certain way and I want to look like them. I do something for me. So my goal, I always have to have a goal. My goal is to be strong out here, to be capable. I have to carry wood. I have to help Albert. I have to walk up and down this hill you see behind me that actually drops down on the other side of the edge that you see. Every morning, if I have to go to the bathroom, the outhouse is right here. I have to walk all the way up to the outhouse. It's part of life. It's part of living up here, and I have to be strong. So strength is everything in life. You cannot get through, you can get through life, but to be your best and most capable self, and I think of sustainability. We as women are a little bit different than men. Men, they're independent and they can physically survive. Women are seen as smaller or meek or not less than, but we're seen as a little bit on the incapable side, always messing up, always we got safety issues, we're tripping over ourselves. I mean, I've got friends out there who they make fun of themselves because people always call them clumsy. Well, when someone calls you clumsy, you're going to become clumsy. You live up to the expectations of what you believe others think you are. So out here, I have to be strong. I have to be capable. I have to be able to lift and pick and do and carry and all that stuff. I don't have the luxury of having somebody always help me, even though my husband, Albert, is fantastic with helping me. And that's his job as my husband, is to do those things for me. But he is confident in knowing that I can do them myself. So I get up and I have to lift something heavy. I do some strength work 3 days a week. Whether I work 2 body parts, whether I work focus just on one body part, but I stay strong from head to toe. I don't just work glutes. I don't just work arms. I don't just work abs or low back. I will say in the 2 months I've been out here, my back has healed probably 85% from what it was, and I am just amazed. I feel so good. So that being said, nature heals too. Nature heals. People complain about I can't do that with my knees, my back, whatever. I'm healing and I just love it. But that being said, again, I do something for me consistently 3 days a week. Now, I don't always go every other day because I might not feel good one day. So I'll do something the next day. I don't always go really super heavy, and some days I do. It depends on how I feel. So you have to be a good judge of what you feel. And some days that feeling may be body weight, but you have to put some effort into it a little bit. So I've got a few of my clients, they're on body weight programs completely because they don't have access to any equipment. They're not looking to buy equipment. They may not be able to afford equipment. So we're working body weight, and we set goals. I've got some that have gone out since we've been training and purchased equipment. I've got some that have gotten tools to help adapt as their body adapts. Let's say they're pregnant. So through their pregnancy, they might have been lifting a little bit heavier in the first trimester. Now they're in the 3rd trimester and they're using bands, and that's fine. They're moving. And that's what I want to say is when you have a goal and you stay consistent and you have a plan, then you develop a routine. And with that routine, you adapt, you adjust in your routine. I adjusted out here with equipment. I can still squat, I can still deadlift, I can still do all kinds of things. I don't have a barbell, and that's okay. I have a kettlebell. I have a couple of kettlebells. I have an option of a lot of kettlebells. Well, we have several. I have a set of 20-pound dumbbells that I said, you know what, I'm taking those. They don't seem like much, but I tell you what, when you're doing bent flies and stuff like that, or doing higher reps, they'll light you up. So having a plan, being consistent, and having a goal helps you develop a routine, something you can get up and get into every day. Some people are a little bit OCD about the routine, so if the routine is broken, they freak out. I'm not that way. If my routine is broken, it's okay. If I'm taking a shower one day and I have to go do something, I only get a 10-minute shower instead of a nice long shower to shave my legs, then, I'll shave my legs later. I can adapt, and my world is not ruined. So being able to find that malleability in that is super important too. So as a kettlebell instructor, as a 20-year coach in boxing, fighting, self-defense, kettlebell, CrossFit, all of those modalities, kickboxing, group fitness, boot camps, all that stuff. I come from a really expansive experience level, and I've seen what kind of works for people across the board, not just from a 5-year standpoint, not just from owning a gym for a couple of years standpoint, but a long and expansive, and I haven't given up. Some people, they fight, and then they give up. They close down their gym, they're done. My gym just moved with me. My clients moved with me, and I'm gaining more clients every day. It's been very rewarding to be messaged, and someone wants to join on the team, and because they're seeing results, and I really like that. They're seeing consistency, and that's what it's all about, is staying consistent. So in closing, really what I wanted to talk about was developing a routine. How can you guys, just like me out here off grid, I don't have access to the gym. I don't have access to a lot of equipment. So how can I maintain a routine that keeps me strong, that keeps me fit? I'm still able to eat what I want to. One of our clients, he's just a great guy. He was revealing he stayed consistent through his quarantine. Gyms opened up, yesterday? And he's lost pounds, he's lost body fat, he's lost visceral fat. And that consistency is what helped him. A lot of people, their consistency became sitting in the backyard drinking, or smoking or eating or whatever they were doing. And not that it's not disheartening to me. That's their life, their choice, their journey. But they're the ones who come back and they're like, I should have. Well, you can develop a routine. Start right now. As soon as you view this video, go, I'm developing a routine. I want to be strong. I want to be capable. Strong, capable. Don't worry about the weight loss. Don't worry about having 12-pack abs. Don't worry about being first place in a competition. Don't worry about that shit. Get yourself in a space of routine. Basic. Cheer yourself on when you do half of your workout. Cheer yourself on. Don't say I could have done better. I don't like that statement. I could have done better. We could have done better. No, you did exactly what you could in the moment. What does Don Miguel Ruiz say? Always do your best. Do your best. It's one of the 4 agreements. Do your best. And that changes every day. You have a different best when someone broke up with you and just left you hanging or cheated on you. You have a different best when you've got the flu. You have a different best when your best friend died, or a coworker died. Your best is always different. It will never be up here. It's this. Life is this. And so finding a routine will help you ride those waves. And that way, when you're out camping, you can work out. When you're quarantined, you can work out. You can stay consistent. So that being the end of everything, it's just the message I kind of wanted to bring out here today by myself is, hang in there and stay consistent. Do it 2-3 times a week. Whatever it is that brings you wellness, whether that's yoga, whether that's walking, whether that's going into cryotherapy. That's what a great way to feed the body. Whether it's deciding to, okay, I'm going to eat really well, commit to that 3 days a week. The other 4 days, eat what you want. but start a routine, because from that routine comes habit. From habit comes change. From change comes expansion and motivation. And when we're trying to be motivated by external forces, we will never succeed. You can't, I'm just not motivated. Well, motivation comes from within. So when you go down that path and you get to that motivation phase, you're going to start seeing changes in your body. I got a picture from a girl in a bikini or a swimsuit on a beach the other day. She felt so confident. She's beautiful, beautiful young woman. And my heart just fluttered for her, because I thought, wow, that's courageous, brave, and confident. So she set a new goal based on that. Now she wants to do something different. And so we're working with that. So we can do those things. It doesn't take a whole lot. It all starts with setting a routine. Out here it's a routine. I get up, I water my plants, I go to the bathroom, I change the chickens' water, I work out, I do my writing, I take a bath, we have lunch, I clean up. There's a routine. And so setting a routine consistently is the key to surviving, thriving, living an off-grid lifestyle, living the life you want to live. And that being said, like, subscribe. Please subscribe to our channel. Share the videos if you like them. Share them with friends, family. Share them on your Facebook page. We really appreciate that. Make a comment. Let us know what you think. We employ all perspectives, and you don't even have to be nice. Just don't be mean. But you can say what you want to say, and we'll respect that. Just don't get hateful. And after everything, we're all connected. And so me living out here impacts you. You living your life back there impacts me. So to heal the planet, we have to heal the matrix, and that's where we are. So like, subscribe, share our video, and we'll see you next time, okay? Set a routine. Bye.